It's an AF showdown and we're pairing the best-selling Tamron lenses for the full-frame Sony mirrorless cameras to see how well they perform with Sony's sophisticated autofocus system. Now, there are real differences in price, but how does that translate into performance? First up, we'll look at the new Tamron 17 to 28mm f2.8 versus the Sony G Master 16 to 35mm. In our second matchup, we have the Tamron 28 to 75 versus the Sony 24 to 70mm G Master. These are all f2.8 lenses with great optical performance, but we're going to focus specifically on how their autofocus performs in video. We get lots of questions on how the Tamron lenses focus in comparison to Sony's, so given the substantial difference in price, it's a fair question. Let's see what you got, Tamron. So to perform this test, I grabbed the Sony a7 III and a7R III. On the left, as we see, the Tamron 17 to 28. On the right, the G Master Sony. The a7 III was paired with Tamron and the a7R III was paired with the Sony. As you can see, the Tamron is keeping up really well with the Sony in terms of AF speed and tracking capabilities. Both cameras are set up the same way. I know they're a little bit different in terms of AF performance, but that's what I have to work with. AF speed and tracking sensitivity were both set to fast and responsive throughout the test. And that's why you can see me moving back and forth, spinning around, trying to see if the cameras lose me in terms of autofocus. But they do, again, a really great job. Now, this is where I changed it, where I didn't have Face Detect AF on. It's the only portion of the test where I turned it off, just to see how it would work and how they compare. And again, I'm not disappointed with the Tamron lens. With that being said, enjoy some of my slick dance moves, as you'll see. Enjoy the cool music, sit back, relax, look at the test closely, and determine for yourself which one does a better job. And I'll catch you in just a moment. I feel like the Tamron lenses performed extremely well against the Sony G Masters in terms of autofocus for video. The Tamron lenses are more compact and lightweight, but that's also because the Sony G Masters have impressive optical elements and solid build that adds to the weight. All in all, the Tamron will save you some money and the performance is great. You just have to see what your shooting needs are. Now, have you had great results from your Tamron, or are you devoted to Sony? Share your thoughts below and I'll catch you in the next video.